Hello, this video is intended for our BIO160 instructors as a means of communicating some of the most important items as we are getting started with the new semester. Each course lead has probably a slightly different way of communicating with the team. I realize that most of you have demanding full-time jobs outside this course, so I will always try to be respectful of that and limit the number of messages that I send out to the team. From my previous experience, I have found that these start of a semester videos are often an effective way to capture the most important items and direction where our work is going. Thank you for taking the time to watch this. I wanted to start by welcoming you to the new academic year. This year, our BIO160 enrollment looks great. It seems that all of our sections have a very healthy number of students, yet we still have some openings in a few of our sections. So we are in a great place. This is thanks to you, our instructors delivering BIO160 classes. I also want to recognize the work that you have done to support this course over the past few years. Many of you have stepped forward to keep things going during the time when we have been navigating changes in the leadership structure. I know that I'm not speaking only for myself, but also for our students, division, and the college when I say that we are truly grateful for you. Having mentioned the changes in the leadership for this course, we are incredibly grateful for the work that Camille has put in with many of you helping her along the way to build up this course to what it currently is. We also appreciate Eric's work in covering this space after Camille's retirement. Myself and Kim will be stepping in to serve as course leads for BIO160. As such, we have certain responsibilities which are captured in our division charter. We have divided the roles so that Kim will be focusing on the online elements, while I will work more on the face-to-face aspects. I do want to be transparent in saying that although I have served as a course lead for BIO160 in my previous institution, I am learning nuances of how we deliver BIO160 in this institution. So my ask is that you remember that I approach this course from a very collaborative space and hope that you help me to grow to help you. I wanted to share a reminder that we have an all-biology faculty meeting tomorrow on Tuesday. This is offered in a hybrid flexible format, so you can either join in person, remotely, or revise material independently. I believe that Jackie has sent out invitation to everyone, so it should be on your Google Calendar. Everyone is welcome for the entire duration, but we have tried to focus the most relevant items for you to the second half of the meeting. While we always try to have a dialogue and make changes based on collective team decisions, there are two important changes that take place right away this semester. First, our publisher has stopped carrying the old version of our lab manual, so there is a new version that we must move to starting this semester. Earlier this summer, I distributed electronic access codes for everyone so that you can see the changes. If you want to look for that email, it was sent out on July 22nd. I also have a hard copy versions of the manual available for you. I will bring those to the all division meeting, and after that they will be available at the classroom. I realize that this change is not ideal in terms of the timing, so if you have any issues with a student having purchased an older version, I ask you to work with them as you best see fit. Our publisher has also a support portal where you can refer the students to. If any of you needs hard copy of other textbooks, please let me know. The other thing that is a change from the past is that our lab support has asked us all to get on a same schedule for the labs that they need to prepare for us. This is because we are currently working with a very limited staffing in this area. Therefore, earlier this summer, I sent out an email with a proposed lab schedule for you to comment. I took that schedule from the previous ones that have been shared with me, so there should be no big changes. As always, please feel free to do what works best for you. But we just need to make sure that those labs that our lab techs prepare for BIO160 take place during the same week for all of us. I also wanted to share a few goals that we have on the pipeline. I will be reaching out to everyone teaching BIO160 with an opportunity for those who want to contribute to these discussions to have a chance to provide their input. But there is never an expectation that you have to do so. I know that you have demanding full-time roles outside this course. First thing that we will be working on is establishing a shared list for expected learning outcomes and anatomy structures covered in our classes. I believe that we have much of this already in place for learning outcomes. We did this for Bio 201 and 202, and it has been very helpful. I anticipate that to do this, we will meet several times throughout the semester to go through the course content as a group. This will likely take place in the spring. Unfortunately, I do not have funding to provide additional compensation for this work, but if anyone is interested to take part, please let me know. This will also likely help with our second goal of ensuring consistency between different modalities that we offer in BIO160. Obviously, there's always going to be some differences, but we want to ensure that we cover the same content at the same level of depth. And finally, another thing that is on my radar for the upcoming discussions is a need for us to revisit the course textbooks that we use for BIO160. This is going to be a collaborative decision based on dialogue, but my current impression is that some of my students have reported that they spent up to $400 for books for this course, and I think that it is unsustainable for a non-majors course. So I will be probably starting some conversations about that too. And just to finish off a few other items that did not fit elsewhere. Please remember that your syllabus comes visible to the students, regardless whether it has been audited or not, when you publish your course. Therefore, in order to have enough time to get through the audit process, we ask that you finish your syllabus on Concourse by Friday, 5 p.m. I have also included a request for funding for visible body from the district funds for our hybrid and online sections. Most importantly, have a great semester. Thank you for all that you do to ensure that our students have great learning experiences. It is truly you who make it all happen. Remember that I am here to assist if there's anything that I can do to help.